There once was a bird from Ceylon, said he came from a tavern on the moon. He travelled so far to find a bitter bar, but had only found this great tune. Hey, it's Tim here, your average dungeon master and your amateur bar master. Today, I caught a leprechaun and he showed me a drink recipe. He's around here somewhere. So leprechauns in Dungeons and Dragons are straight ripped out of the pop culture stereotype. Leprechauns have been in Dungeons and Dragons for a long time. They're fey creatures. They smoke pipes, they play tricks on people, they wear silly clothes, they gather gold, they're greedy, and they teach people how to make drinks. I imagine they're like bards too. They probably tell stories rather than sing songs, but they like to spin fantastical tales. I don't know, I think it's kind of stereotypical. A green drink for a leprechaun for St. Patrick's Day. We're doing it. So I'm making Midori Sour today, but I'm making my version of it. I was taught this version by a leprechaun. Midori Sour traditionally is 2 ounces of Midori, 1 ounce of lemon or lime juice, and an egg white. I treat Midori in cocktails like a simple syrup. It's so sweet. So instead of doing the Midori Sour recipe of 2 to 1, I am using gin, and then I'm going to sweeten it with Midori instead. All right, got my chilled glass. Hi. Can you move on? So I've been building my drinks in the big side of the shaker recently because I use the small side to measure out my ice. The small side of the shaker, if you fill it with ice, that's a good amount of ice to use to shake your drinks. This is also an egg white sour, so we're going to dry shake it. I'm going to reverse dry shake it because I like that better. I'm building this in the big side of my shaker, starting with 1.5 ounces of gin. I've got my Ode to Boatface gin from Three Floyds in Indiana. 1.5 ounces of gin is what I'm going to use for this. You could probably go with 2 if you wanted to, if you wanted a little bit more, but stick with 1.5 for this. This Ode to Boatface is a very floral, fragrant gin, and it goes really well with the Midori. Now we're doing our Midori. Midori is a melon liqueur, pretty strong flavor. Just going to use 1/2 ounce with my 1.5 ounces of gin. And then I'm going to use 1 ounce of lime juice. Plenty of acid in this to balance out that Midori. And then we will add our egg white. If you're a game master and you're going to throw a leprechaun at your party, you want to play them as an antagonistic creature without being menacing. They just want to steal what they can and run away. They don't want to kill anybody. They just want to take your gold. They can become invisible. They can create illusions. They can throw their voice. And they can polymorph things at will. So they're just little tricksters. Getting my ice in my tin. So I'm going to shake this first with ice. And then I'm going to dry shake it afterwards. You want to shake this until it's hard to hold, like it's cold enough that it's sort of hurting your fingers. And I find that that's about 15 seconds for me. I'm going to now strain the drink back into the small side, pour it back to the big side, lock it real good, and dry shake this without ice. I like to reverse it because when it's colder it locks better and it won't spill the egg white all over me. I want to shake this real hard for about 20 seconds. So that hard dry shake is going to foam up that egg white. Don't need to strain this. Should be able to just pour that out. I'm going to garnish this with a lime wedge. I use a wedge when I want to be able to add more juice. So we'll cut 1/8, and then I'll take that lime wedge and put a slice 1/3 of the way in, put it on the edge. There's my Fey Treasure. Cheers.